Hi everyone, welcome to Organic Creations. I hope you all are doing fine today. So we are back here today with a new recipe, a new soap recipe. And today I'll be making something very different, a new recipe which I have never tried before. We are going to be making a rosemary and tea tree cold process soap. And I have been getting a lot of messages from people asking me to share the exact recipe of the soap with the measurements. Now here, because I make a little bigger batch, I just share it in the percentages because I know it's not convenient for beginners to make a big batch of soap when you're just trying out soap making for the first time, or you're just a beginner. So in today's video I will be posting a recipe in the description box which is for a very small batch of soap, about 500 grams, which is okay for any beginner to try, and make a 500-gram batch of soap. So I will be making my regular batch of soap, but in the description box I will be giving you the exact measurements of a smaller batch of soap which you can try it out for learning purpose. So let us start with the soap that we are making today. Here I have taken my blend of oils and butters. I have already cooled it down. Even I have my lye water solution which is cooled down, and we can now begin. Now since we are making a rosemary soap, rosemary is extremely good for your skin, especially people with a oily skin who have a lot of problems with acne, their skin getting oily very fast. This rosemary is an extremely good thing to be used for the skin if you have this oily skin problem. And we are going to blend it with tea tree oil, which is again very good for oily skin. So basically this soap is especially for the people having skin problems, a lot of acne and oily skin. So I'm going to be adding this rosemary powder in my oils here, and I'll give it a blend. Okay, so here I have nicely blended my rosemary powder in the oils, and now I will be adding the lye water solution in this. Okay, and now we'll give it a blend again, and we'll make sure that it doesn't get very thick, because I will be adding a little Cambarian blue clay to this as well. Okay, so now I'll just pour this in two different containers. And in one of the batch I will be adding my Cambarian blue clay here. And again, this Cambarian blue clay is very good, excellent for the skin, to remove all the impurities from the skin and help it give it a nice youthful look. Okay, so I have blended this Cambarian blue clay here, and I'll be adding my tea tree essential oil. in both these containers. And I'll just give it a mix. We have blended both the swell here, and now we will start with the pouring of the soap. Okay, so first I'll be putting the white base down here. This has thickened a little, but it's fine. Here I'll just put a little bit of the Cambrian blue clay batter here, and I'll just give it a little swirl, not much. We'll just try a little. This time I want to try a different texturing altogether. So let me see how that turns out to be. Okay, and we'll just wait for about 5 minutes before we pour the this batter on top, because I just want this, like, you know, two different colors. I don't want it to get into each other. Okay, so now we will pour this the other batter on top. It's already thickened. And now we can give it the texture because it's already quite thickened. I'm giving it a very simple texture, not something really complicated. I think simple looks better. Okay, so I have textured this, given this a texture here, if you all can see this. And now I'll just spray this with 99% rubbing alcohol. Okay, so now we'll keep this to dry for about 24 hours, and after that I'll see you all for the cutting of the soap. Okay, so friends, we are back here today with this soap. It's 24 hours now that I had kept it in the mold, and it's all dried up well. This is how it looks. The color that we had put of the Cambrian clay, it's you know, turned out to be, it's got this grayish tinge, and let us cut and see how the soap looks from inside. Okay, so this is how the soap looks from inside. I hope you can see it. It's got this grey color on top, and down we had left it plain, so this is how it looks. Also friends, as I told you that I will be putting in the description box, I will be putting the recipe of 400 grams bar of soap. So even for the beginners who want to try out soap making, and who are trying it for the first time, can easily make that batch of soap for trying purpose and see how it works out. So you can get that in the description box. See, this is how the soap is turned out. And also friends, I've been getting a lot of questions about the measurements of lye and water. Now what I want to tell you is, in the soap making, calculations are very important. You cannot go wrong with your lye and water calculation and the oils. So it is very important that you measure the lye, water and the oils correctly when you're making the soap, otherwise it will not turn out well. And also people who just want to make a small batch of soap just for their personal use can definitely use the recipe which I am posting in this description box. But if anyone is interested in if they want to do a business in soap making or anything, what I would suggest is that you need to do a lot of research on how to calculate the amount of lye and water that you need to add in your soaps. You'll need to do a little bit of research before you'll get into this. Because that's very necessary. It's not as simple as just seeing the formula and making the soap. There's a lot of practice that goes into making of soap. So it's my personal suggestion that you all watch few more videos. Just go on the net, check for how we calculate the lye, and accordingly you can start formulating your own recipes. Okay. And about this soap that we have made, also I would like to tell you, this soap is more or less you can say it's like a medicated type of a soap. Since it has rosemary, I couldn't really explain to you all the benefits yesterday while making the soap, but rosemary is excellent for any type of skin related problems, like itching in the skin, these types of skin irritations that you get, some types of skin infections. I won't say that this is going to it's going to cure any skin problems, but definitely it is going to give you good. You can use those oils in your soap. I also have a video on the different oils and their uses in cold process soap making. So if you're new to soap making, you can definitely check out that video and see which soap you would like to use in making your cold process soap. So here I have taken a combination of my oils which have already been cooled, and here I have my lye water solution. Now here, since we are making an aloe vera soap, I have taken aloe vera juice instead of water, and it's already mixed with the lye. Now this is the aloe vera plant that I have, which I have made the juice and I have used. It's not bought from the market. So if you have an aloe vera plant, you can definitely make the aloe vera juice and use it for your soap. So this is also already cooled down, and we can start making the soap. Since the temperature is a little cooler here, so the butters can be seen here floating, but as we make the soap and we blend it, this will all get blended well. Now I'll be adding my this aloe vera and lye solution into the oils. I have already pre-measured all this, and people who are watching my video for the first time, please check the lye safety rules when you're making soap, because there are certain safety precautions that you need to take on when you're handling lye. So please do watch that video if you're soaping for the first time. Now we will blend this. So we have blended the lye with the oils, and we don't have to keep it very thick because we need to still add our clays, so we don't want it to be very thick right now. So since we have 3 colors here, I will be just pouring this into 2 different containers here. And in this first container here, I'll be putting my Brazilian purple clay. Brazilian purple clay is very good for the skin. You all can Google it out and see the benefits that it has. It is a very good cleansing agent on your skin, for especially acne prone skin, to remove the dirt from the skin. It really has very good properties, so you can definitely add this clay in your soap. I have also shared a video on the different types of clays and their properties. So if you wish to use clays in your soap, you can again have a look, watch that video and decide which clay you want to add in your soap. So I have just given this a mix. Later I will just blend it with the blender. Now we will add the rose clay in the other container here and mix it. And here in the last one, we will be adding our kaolin clay. Okay, so I'm just blending these clays here. Okay, so now here we have just given it a blend, all our clays, and I will be adding my essential oil here. Here I have taken lavender essential oil for this aloe vera soap. Okay, so I will just give a quick blend now. Okay, so this is already started to thicken, so we'll quickly pour it in our mold without wasting any more time. Okay, so we'll just pour this and give it a swirl. Brazilian purple clay has turned a little, grayish color. It's not yet taken the purple color. So let us see after it dries how it turns out to be. We'll just give it a swirl now. Okay. So we've given the swirls. Now we will just give our top texture for the soap. Okay, so now our batter is quite thick enough that we can give it a texture on the top. So we will start texturing the top. The pink color has turned out really nice. We will just have to wait and watch for the, the Brazilian purple clay. We will just have to check out on how that color turns out once the soap is dried, because generally after drying the color changes, so we will just have to wait and see that. Okay, so we have textured the top of the soap now and it looks something like this. And now we will just spray the soap with 99% rubbing alcohol. And we will leave it to dry for at least 24 hours and then I'll see you back for the cutting of the soap. Friends, it's now 24 hours that we have kept this soap to dry in the mold, and now this looks somewhat like this when I have unmolded the soap. So let us go ahead and cut the soap and see how it looks from the inside. So finally my cutter is also repaired. It had broken, the string had broken last week, so it was really difficult for me to cut the soap. Okay, so now this is how the soap looks from the inside after cutting. This is our purple Brazilian clay, which is really very light. It's not very dark, but the pink is quite dark enough, and our cream color. So this is how it looks from inside. I've tried to again keep the soap as natural as possible without any colors, and since this was my first attempt with this soap, I really didn't know how this would turn out to be, but I'm quite happy with the colors. They look really very soft and soothing, and the lavender fragrance as well that we have used is giving a very soothing fragrance here. Brazilian purple clay is really very good. It has an anti-aging property which gives you a good youthfulness on your skin, and it brightens up your skin. It gives you a good glow and flavor that I will be trying today with a little bit of a different variation. So here I have taken my blend of oils, of different combination of oils. Also, I want to tell you all that it's not necessary that you all need to use the same oils that I have been using in my recipe. You can now, I think I've shared enough of videos that you can start formulating your own recipes. You can use the oils of your choice. I do get questions asking me that instead of a particular oil, can I use another oil? So yes, you can, but only thing you need to understand how much of hard oils and how much of soft oils you need to use in your soap. For that as well, there is a separate video that I have made on the different oils used in cold process soap. So if you're a beginner, if you're new or watching my video for the first time, you can please go and check out that video, and you can choose the oils according to your convenience. So here I have taken my blend of oils that I will be using here today for the soap. So I will just blend these oils a little. So I've just given the oils a little blend because there was my cocoa butter as well in this. So now what I will be doing is, I will just, before I add my lye water solution, I will just add my milk. Because this is a coffee mocha soap, we will be using milk in this as well. So I'll just add my milk and I'll just give this a blend. Okay, so we've nicely blended the milk in the oils, and I prefer to do that in the start. Okay, so the milk is very well blended with the oils, and since my soaps are vegan, I use coconut milk. You have a choice. If you want to use goat milk, you can use that as well, or oats milk, depending on your preference. Now here I have my coffee solution, coffee lye water solution. Since this is a coffee soap, I even in my coffee latte soap, I had shared this with you all, that I use a coffee lye solution instead of water. And for the beginners who are watching my video for the first time, there is a video again on how do we add other liquids with lye. So there is a different procedure altogether what we follow, so you can have a look at that video, understand it before you make this solution with any other liquid. So now I'm pouring this lye solution in the oils. It's already been cooled to the proper temperature, and please make sure that you all are not adding the lye when it is hot, or the oils when it is hot. You need to get a proper temperature. It needs to cool down when you add the lye with the oils. So now we'll just give this a mix again with the blender. Okay, so it's got a nice coffee color here, but since it's a coffee mocha soap, I thought I would add a little cocoa powder in this to give it a nice chocolatey color. So I'm adding this cocoa powder, and we will blend this again. It will give it a little darker shade. Okay, so I've given it a good stir here, and now I will be putting this in a different container because we want two different shades. One shade I will be making it a little whiter, a little lighter shade for the top. Okay, so now in the other batter, I have taken titanium dioxide and a little kaolin clay, which I'll be mixing with this to make it, give it a little light cream shade. I had already mixed this with oil, since the titanium dioxide, it tends to, spots tend to remain if it's not mixed properly. So I have just mixed it with the oil. I have made this a little lighter color, and here I will be using my fragrance oil, which is a coffee mocha oil, and I'll just add my fragrance oil in this, and I'll just give it a quick blend. Okay, so our batter is already thickened, so we need to work a little fast on this. Just give it a little. Okay, so now we are pouring the batter in the mold. The batter has already thickened, but it's fine. We can still manage with this. And we'll put the lighter one and give it a little swirl. Okay, so I'll just give it a little swirl here. Sometimes even when you add titanium dioxide to your batter, it tends to accelerate the trace. So you just need to be really careful about that. Okay, once again we'll give it a little swirl here. Okay, so now for the topping, since this is a coffee mocha soap, I will just be putting like a cream topping on top. So we have our two colors here, which I have just taken. The darker color, very less is left, but it's fine. We'll manage. Okay, so now I will just be placing this on the top of the soap. Just like a cream topping. So friends, this is the next day today, and I have already cut our coffee mocha soap, and this is how the soap looks after cutting. Now yesterday when we had put the soap in the mold, y'all must have seen that the top was a little different, but I